Everything has brought her to this moment. She inches closer to the edge and summons the courage to leap. Because she knows the only way out is across when the floor is lava. Every big moment starts small.
It starts with a spark and becomes a guiding light. Teamwork, friendship, getting social. When the games are gone, the games go on. Orange Store, fuel the spirit.
This is a place where imaginations can run wild. Maybe it's time to come set yours free.
Now you can shop smarter at Canadian Tire. With same-day pickup or same-day delivery. So you don't have to shelve projects for later. Shop smarter at Canadian Tire.
Well, it's time to hand out the gold medal, a moment that these girls have been waiting a long, long time for. Seth Hyde and Matt Little on the call, your voices of soccer at the 2025 Canada Summer Games. Matt, this is going to be a doozy.
Without any doubt, it's our two best teams here in the final to meet for gold. It's hard to make a case that either of them shouldn't be here. They've done nothing but win. And now it's all on the line one more time.
Well, two teams that have yet to concede in this tournament. Will it be another 0-0 game that heads to pens, or will we see a goal score in this one? Just one goal in the knockouts so far.
Certainly it's defense first at this point.
First goal going to most likely win this game for one of these teams.
The fans are here. We got a big contingent from Quebec, a big contingent from Ontario, as well as plenty of locals in town as well to see this gold medal match. The finest teams, the finest players on display for the gold medal at the Canada Games. Seven Nation Army belting out for Team Ontario. They are fired up. They are ready to go. They were in great voice, singing the national anthem. Getting ready for this gold medal match, what it's all about. Both teams will leave with a medal, but only one can take the gold.
Well, friends, it's 2 p.m. here in St. John's, 12:30 in most parts of Quebec and Ontario, and the crowd eagerly awaits the start of this gold medal game. Showtime for both teams, for these players on both squads, as Team Quebec stare up at the final peak of this magical, unstoppable run. Team Ontario hunt in the foothills of greatness, looking to complete their dream tournament and keep the gold medal in their province for 4 more years. Team Quebec hoping to end that dream this afternoon and create their own fairy tale. It has been an exciting, unpredictable tournament. From the northern lights of our beautiful territories to the stunning mountains of our west coast to the sunny shores of the east coast of Canada and everywhere in between, from coast to coast to coast, Canada has come together for their country's ultimate game. The time is now. It's Quebec versus Ontario, red versus blue, and welcome to the gold medal game of the 2025 Canada Summer Games. Seth Hyde, Matt Little, honored and proud to be on the call for what should be a classic from 2 heavyweights. Ontario putting it into play. Quebec will clear it down. Cortez Brown going to race after it. Takes a turn. Passes it up as Ontario gets the ball rolling. It's Nemhart. Moving it forward, Quebec will intercept. Rose Caron. Now Colangelo to Taylor. Dropping it back. Kaminsky Roth. Down the touchline, Ontario keeping it in play. A nice switch step there as they look to find that space, but Quebec will knock it out of play. 2 of the teams competing for most medals at these 2025 Canada Summer Games. They're both at the top 2 on the final day. And a free kick coming up for Ontario early on in the gold medal matchup.
In fact, Seth, Ontario and Quebec, both on 168 medals.
Wow.
This game will decide who finishes top of the medal table.
Ball coming right into the box, all the way through and out the other side. I mean, this is the ultimate rivalry. We said Ontario, Quebec, red versus blue, French versus English. They're neighbors. Doesn't get any bigger than this, and both having 168 medals on the table. Quebec with 61 gold, Ontario with 59.
Absolutely wild that the medal table will be decided here in the final match here in women's soccer. BC going to comfortably come home 3rd place in the medal table. They've got 113. Alberta 77, Nova Scotia 59. Then it's Saskatchewan, Manitoba, New Brunswick. The host team with 6, PEI with 4.
Patterson down the wing, intercepted by Caron. Moved all the way back by Team Quebec as they look to build up their attack. Rose Caron. She'll collect again, captain of this Quebec squad. Berth knocked it out of play, and it'll be a Quebec throw-in. Almost 3 minutes in to the first half of the gold medal matchup. Ball pops up into the crowd. It's Cochran. Had the game-winning penalty yesterday against Team Alberta. Turning the ball over to Camden. Now it's Berth looking to get it back. Push back to Cortez Brown. Ontario trying to swing it back. It'll roll out for a throw-in.
And you're right, Seth. Both of these teams yet to concede from open play. The only time the ball has gone into the net against them is in penalty shootouts. Ontario topped Group A, beating Prince Edward Island 4-0 and Manitoba 7-0. And then, of course, their semifinal against Alberta, 0-0 going to penalties. Ontario winning it 5-4 in 6 rounds. Team Quebec finished on top of Group B, 10-0 over the Northwest Territories and 1-0 over British Columbia, and then a 1-0 victory in their semifinal against Nova Scotia.
So two teams with exceptional defenses, that's for sure, as it's Melanie Berth stumbling. Quebec still maintaining possession as Cusino passes it back. Chopped over the top, rolling all the way down. Ontario going to let it go for a goal kick.
5th minute of play here in the opening half. Nobody really establishing anything just yet. There'll be some feeling out process to this one. Both of these teams certainly know what the other's capable of, what they bring to the table. But now facing it for the first time at these Canada Games.
Hauled down just outside the box. It's going to be a free kick for Team Quebec. Pretty much lined directly up with the goalkeeper. What an opportunity for them to get first blood in the gold medal game.
Take another look at the foul, the jersey being pulled. It's Colangelo getting the arm in there and conceding the foul, and she'll take her space in a 4-person wall for Team Ontario.
It's Berth who's going to step over. Kick comes in, it's up, and a beautiful save by Pagnota. Madeline Boucher was the goaltender for Team Ontario in the PK shootout yesterday and throughout the whole game, picking up a clean sheet. But Pagnota getting the nod here today, an experienced goaltender for this Ontario crew. Here's Rose Caron. Coughed up the ball, Nemhard slipping through, and now we'll have a free kick the other way. About 24 yards out. Ontario on a bit of an angle. Let's see what they can draw up here.
Look again at the foul. As Nemhard able to draw that one. Good free kick opportunity one way, and now the favor returned. Just 2 players in the wall for Quebec. Everybody else gathered over at the far post.
Nemhard and Cortez Brown. Who's going to take the kick? Nemhard creeping up. She'll whip it in on net, and it'll be saved by Portugais. Sent up the far wing, intercepted by Patterson, who gets moving. Patterson holding on, flying in, whips it into the box, and a beautiful clearance by Mitchell. Ball rolling out of play, Quebec throw coming up. Team Quebec and Ontario facing in their 3rd straight gold medal game in women's soccer. Ontario have won the last 2, but as they say, 3rd time's the charm, so can Quebec pick up their first one here and sweep the gold medals, but not so fast. Opportunity for Team Ontario, they score! Omise tucks it in like a fitted sheet. Team Ontario getting first blood in the gold medal game.
Great finish from Omise as Ontario gets in. Drives that one home, her 2nd goal of the Canada Games. Here's the replay as Omise chests it down, drives forward. Good hard finish off the right foot. Goaltender sprawls out but can't get there in time. Omise points to the Trillium, and it's Ontario 1, Quebec no score early on.
First time Quebec have conceded in this tournament. It's played down the wing for Berth, who can't get there in time, has had to roll out for a goal kick. Well, a huge first goal for Team Ontario. From what we've seen so far, the first team to score usually comes up winning the game if we do even see a goal, as Quebec will slip it through.
And the good news is, friendly fire.
Now a shot by Berth just rolled off her left foot and will be covered up by Pagnota.
Now the good news for Quebec is that goal coming very, very early into the game. You don't want to concede, but you'd rather do so in the 8th minute than the 78th.
Here's Nemhard. Losing the ball, it's Berth. Playing it over the top, Quebec looking to show some life here as it's Tremblay. Moving down the wing, can she keep it in play? No, it just rolls out for another Ontario goal kick.
So Pagnota to take the goal kick. Pagnota out of Thornhill, Ontario, 15 years old, the keeper. Recently joined with the National Development Camp in Ontario back in the spring. Originally started playing soccer just to help her cardio for playing hockey, and then got placed in goal about 4 years ago and loved it ever since.
Hasn't looked back. And she hasn't conceded yet in this tournament, so it's worked out for her pretty well. As Patterson laying it off for Taylor. Along the top of the box, takes a deflection. Nemhard will get there. She'll get it down. Stepping over, still with the ball, a wonderful block by Team Quebec. Now Cochran will wind up and fire just wide. Team Ontario showing some gumption here in this first half. They almost had a second.
On fire here, Team Ontario. Some good work as we get another look at it here, as Nemhard got the boot up to take that one down. Gets herself back into a dangerous area. The first one blocked, and then Cochran sees that loose ball, drives it forward, and it just missed the post. Cochran, the captain here, 16-year-old out of Markham, Ontario. Another one working with the National Development Program.
And a free kick heading Team Ontario's way. So Cortez Brown going to be the one to send this in. It gets into the box. Ontario looking to find some space, but Quebec will clear. And it'll head out past the touchline for a throw-in. Here's Patterson. Back to Cochran. Cochran will collect once again. Cleared away by Quebec. Heavy up into the crowd. Everybody okay? Another Ontario throw-in coming up. Team-O has been full go so far in the first half. It's Nemhard being told to back it up.
We talked about it many times. It's one of the great things about this stadium here at King George V is that the fans are right on top of things. There is not a bad seat in the house. You're right in on the action, but it does mean keep your head up as that ball could fly into the crowd at any moment.
Here's Berth. Looking to grab the ball. Quebec doing a nice job of winning it back, but Ontario will take it. Get another friendly deflection. That'll head out for a Team-O throw-in. Here's Cochran. Passing it off, tipped out once again by Team Quebec. It's Omize turning away, the goal scorer of this matchup. Cleared out by Portugais. Bounces down. Quebec looking to get something going here as it's Camden. Slipping the ball through. Quebec might be in. They have some space. There's the shot on a wonderful block by Team Ontario and eventually cleared by Patterson. She'll win a free kick, all going Ontario's way in this first half.
Fantastic work by Patterson to get the block in there. Quebec with a really good opportunity, really good chance, and Patterson gets the body in the way and even wins the free kick.
Here's Kaminsky-Roth. Sends that field wide. That's picked up by Tremblay. Quebec maintaining possession once again as they'll work it back into their own half. Sent ahead, brought down by Cortez Brown, who's hauled down. Free kick coming up for Team Ontario. A physical game so far. Is that the ref's red card on the grass there? There's something on the field. Looks like it might be the ref's yellow, excuse me.
If it is, I'm sure she'll find it again quickly enough.
First one to touch it gets a yellow card. Cochran plays it back in. Quebec will clear it out. Another Team Ontario throw-in coming up. It's Nemhard. Looking to get it back. Ontario doing a beautiful job of holding onto the ball. Look at Nemhard. Passing it off. Berth with a beautiful defensive play. Here's Cochran. Moving it over to Colangelo, who couldn't get a touch on it. Now it's Camden. Looking to find some room. To Tremblay. Now to Berth. Here's Harvey. Mary Lou Harvey will win a throw-in for Team Quebec deep in Team Ontario territory. Sent right back out by Team Ontario. No nonsense clearance from them. Feel like for the rest of this one, it's going to be a pretty defensive matchup.
Well, of course, we have had some offense. Omize's goal as Ontario up 1-0 out of Canada's Soccer Factory in Brampton, Ontario. 17 years old. Only been playing the sport for 7 years. Already part of the Ontario Provincial Excel U17 program and committed to Mercer University to play NCAA D1 ball going forward.
Here's Cochran stepping up. Berth attempted to win the ball back, but it was Cardoso who moved it back to Cortez Brown, who keeps it going. Ontario holding on. Beautiful dribbling by Sydney Taylor. Taylor puts the ball over the top, cleared away by Quebec, right down into Ontario defensive territory. Here's Rose Caron. Back to Portugais. A pop fly way up in the air. Berth will track that down. And Ontario looking to send it to the other side of the pitch, rolling out of play. And a Team Quebec throw-in coming up. It's Cochran. Ontario starting to move it forward. It's Colangelo wiggling away from the defense. Cardoso slips the ball over. Oh, craftily taken by Patterson. She flies down the wing. Patterson sliding a ball through, and coming out to cover it up is Portugais, putting an end to that attack pretty quickly.
And you know, we've seen a lot of squad rotation into this. Quebec actually with 2 changes to the starting 11 from their semifinal yesterday. Ontario with 6 changes to their starting 11 from the semifinal they played yesterday.
Wow. And it's worked out for them so far as they have a 1-0 lead. This is also the first time Quebec have trailed in the tournament. Safe to say both of these teams deserving to be where they are. That ball goes out of play. Quebec throw-in coming up. Rose Caron. Lost that to Nemhard. Now this will roll out. Ontario throw coming up. Omize. Beautiful dribbling from her as that's turned over. Blouin playing it back to the keeper, Portugais. Juliette Portugais passing it off for Mitchell. Back to Portugais, who will fire this way down the pitch. Tremblay nearly keeping it in as that goes out of play.
Tremblay thought she had that still in play. And Quebec's got the throw now.
It's Rose Caron. Twisting away, looking to find some room. Gives it to Tremblay. Sent it in off the arm of Sydney Taylor, going out for a throw-in, deemed natural position. Here's Rose Caron. Look to pass it through. She's brought down. Free kick attempt coming up for Team Quebec.
And out toward the touchline, but this is not a bad spot to get your free kick. Quebec starting to send a couple of bodies there into the top of the area. Could float this one in, look for a header.
Well, this is sent way in, on goal, and what a save. Pagnota gloving that one down beautifully. That's a tough save for a goalkeeper to make, tougher than a lot of people would expect.
Yeah, it looks like a cross that just kind of got away a little bit, delivered a little bit too in deep, not able to find anyone to get a header onto it, but yeah, floating back toward the goal line. Good job by the keeper to track it, as that is capable of just floating in and just getting over the top and falling into the net.
It's passed up as Team Ontario gets moving. Cardoso with a ball over the top. They might be in as Nemhard got a touch in the box. But a beautiful stop by Portugais to keep this 1-0. All the way through, Team Quebec might be in. An opportunity for Camden. She's through on goal. Oh, what a diving play. Unbelievable from Kaminsky-Roth. Sliding in like she's sliding down a hill in the wintertime. What a beautiful block.
We'll get another look at it here. A good hard battle between those two. Quebec able to win it, and no! Kaminsky-Roth sliding in, denying a shot toward goal.
Looked like for sure Quebec was in there. Kayla Camden. Is this a roll out of play? Team Ontario throw-in coming up. Deflection heading out for another Team O throw-in. They must be sick of throw-ins by now.
You know, another game where the ball's spending a decent amount of time in touch.
Another ball cleared out. Kaminsky-Roth going to be on throw-in duties this time. It's Quebec looking to get the ball rolling down the other side of the pitch. And this will help them out as they'll get a free kick in their own territory. Quebec looked to move it quickly, and they almost were through.
Yeah, that ball wasn't in the right place. The foul was on the other side of the center line as Cochran took down her charge coming after the ball. Now placed correctly. Blue shirts moving up the pitch.
Ball pops into the box of Team Ontario. It'll be scooped up by Pagnotta. A bouncing ball collected by Team Ontario. It's going to be Colangelo. Playing it through, but Quebec will intercept. Blouin playing it down the wing for Berth. Berth switching to that far left side. Mary Lou Harvey now on the near wing. So a tactical change by Quebec. Looking to see if they can get something going from that. Here's Kaminsky-Roth. Playing the ball through to Patterson, and a free kick coming up and a yellow card for Berth.
Second look at it on the replay. That ball's already gone by the time she makes contact and brings the player down.
Swung into the box by Patterson. It's up in the air, cleared away by Team Quebec. Ontario looking to build up another attack, but Quebec will take it up the other way. Look to send the ball through to Camden, who's had Quebec's biggest opportunity this game so far. And like we predicted ever since that Omise goal, it's been quite defensive. Because if you give any of these teams an inch, they'll take a mile, Matt.
100%. That's exactly what we expect to see here. There should be a lot of time in the midfield. There should be some good defense going on, and it's going to be the counterattacks. It's going to be those chances to break that are going to result in the goals.
Cleared all the way down. Running out to collect it is Pagnotta. She'll pick it up. Seven minutes into the first half, 13 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Won't be much as of right now. Passed up for Taylor. Sydney Taylor looks to send it through. Now it'll come back for Cardoso. Beautiful turn from her as Nemhard is stopped in her tracks by Rose Caron. Now here's Omise. We'll send it back to Cardoso. Cortez Brown now. Slips it across to Opong. Now to the far ring for Kaminsky-Roth. Back to Sydney Taylor, who puts the ball over the top. It'll go right through. Portugais will pick it up.
Get up, says the goaltender, as she launches this one up the pitch.
It's Sydney Taylor. Passing it back to Opong. Over to Kaminsky-Roth. Kaminsky-Roth all the way down the pitch, looked to find Cardoso. And Cardoso looked to flick it away, but Quebec will regain possession. Looking to slide it back. Cardoso pouncing on the ball. Cardoso might be in, sends it over. Can Ontario get there? But a great save by Portugais. As Camille Tremblay is down, we hope that she will be okay. We don't want to see anybody leave this gold medal game.
Some fantastic work by the goaltender to get across and take that one away. Ontario sends the cross on the ground, rolling through the area, and had a player on the other side to tap it home. The goaltender came across, took that ball away, claimed it for herself. And we remain Ontario 1, Quebec 0 here in the first half, 30th minute, as everybody gets a break.
So like we said, we don't want to see anybody leaving this gold medal game, and I'm sure that Camille Tremblay feels the same way. No matter what, she's going to try to stay out there. And I think she will be okay.
Well, certainly by this point, all the way at the end of the week, fourth game going on for these teams. Everybody's got a couple of bruises, couple of knocks here and there. Another look at the crowd here to take this one in. Gold medal game in women's soccer.
And you got to think the miserable weather of this week played a bit of a factor on the turnout. Still a great turnout for this female final.
Now we're doing well now. The sun even beginning to peek through the clouds. A much more typical summertime here in Newfoundland right now. Not screaming hot like we had in week number 1, and not near single digits degrees and rain like we had back at the start of this week.
Yeah, it's just right here. Perfect for playing conditions.
Tremblay for Quebec will take her spot along the touchline and wait for the referee to wave her back on, and we'll get back underway.
So Berth and Harvey switching their wings once again. Berth back on the near side, Harvey back on the far side. So Quebec trying everything here to get something going. As Opong going to go after the ball. Got a deflection. We picked up by Blouin. And free kick coming up here for Team Quebec in a dangerous area. Tremblay waiting to get waved back into the game. She has her arm up saying, "Can I come in?"
Now Patterson just sticking the foot in, conceding the foul for Ontario. And Quebec will get another set piece opportunity, and Tremblay will come right over to be the one to deliver this ball in.
Well, a huge moment for Team Quebec here. Halfway through this 32nd minute. Dipped into the box by Tremblay to the back post for Berth. Oh, what a great opportunity from her. Pagnota right there to take it. Here's Nemhart. Playing it right down the wing for Omise. Omise drops it off. Berth stepping up to get it back. Here's a hit from long range. Ended up being a beautiful cross to Patterson. Patterson playing it back into the box. It's Taylor. Oh, lovely dribbling from her. She'll put it on. Oh, it's headed off the line. What an unbelievable play by Rose Caron. Now this one goes way up in the air, bounces back down. It's Harvey looking to get it back for Team Quebec, and a collision between her and Patterson. Ontario going to try to play it quickly, and they will. Will it pay off for them? Cortez Brown passes off for Taylor, slipping it into Omise. Omise brought down just outside, and a free kick literally right outside of the box for Team Ontario.
Let's have another look at this one as it gets cleared off the line. Taylor jumping on it for Team Ontario. Out wide, head up, has a look, delivers the ball, and right there with the header clear, Rose Caron. And then the foul right there over the back. And Patterson set up for this free kick for Team Ontario.
Well, let's see if Patterson can work some magic here from roughly 20 yards out. Patterson hits it through the wall and is punched away by Portugais. This will roll out for a throw, and what a great save by the Quebec goalkeeper.
And Patterson delivered that one through, and that was a lovely stop.
So Quebec getting the ball rolling once again.
Final 5 minutes of this first half.
Well, it's been some fast-paced football so far as Quebec will get a throw-in. This has turned out to be a gorgeous day in the oldest city in North America, St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Perfect for the final game of soccer at the 2025 Canada Summer Games. As this ball's chipped over the top, going to be cleared away. It's Quebec looking to make something happen. Sending it all the way down, skimming the top of the head of Cortez Brown, going all the way back to Pagnota, who's going to kill off some time and pass it over to Cortez Brown. Straight down the wing for Nemhard. Nemhard puts the ball through, nicely weighted, but great read by Portugais to come out and just clear that one way down the pitch. Here's Opong. Moving it to the far wing. Cochran will grab the ball. Beautiful chip from her. Ontario looked for a foul. They aren't going to get it.
And the Quebec player actually got the worst of that collision. And that's Chartier taking a moment to get back up.
Well, the trainers and the referees very strict about injuries. No matter if it's a little cut on your leg, they want you to go off and get it checked. They want everybody to be safe and be healthy out on the pitch.
Well, Sarté is back up for Team Quebec.
There's Rose Caron. Played the role of the goalkeeper a few minutes ago with that unbelievable save. And there's that challenge right there.
As the Ontario player fell, ended up taking out the leg of Chartier.
So Ontario being told to back it up. This one tipped out of play. Quebec looking to make something happen. There's Rose Caron. Punts it ahead. Quebec putting on the pressure here. It's Tremblay. Tremblay coming in, stumbles, goes to ground. Won't get the call she wanted there. Has a lovely ball to Nemhard, a bit of a miscommunication from Team Ontario. That'll roll out.
And it does end up coming off a Quebec foot. Frustrated, the ladies from Quebec, that they don't get the throw here.
And just down the road as we speak, Team Ontario and Team Quebec are playing in the gold medal game of softball at the Caribou Memorial Softball Complex. So literally a minute away by car, straight down the street. Two Ontario-Quebec matchups. Oh, and a challenge there against Cochran. This will go Quebec's way. Not wasting any time. It's going to be Berth. Looking for an option. Looked like she was going to play it quickly, as it's Rose Caron. Cochran working it ahead. Oh, that's a beautiful fake by Colangelo. Playing it to the wing to Omize. Omize holding on. Hauled down just outside the box. Leaps back to her feet. Looking to regain possession, and a free kick heading Quebec's way as we near the end of the first half of the gold medal game.
Omize on the rush, gets taken down. The ball comes back to her, and she's right back up on her feet, battling for the ball like nothing happened.
Ontario getting the ball going once again. They have been so good at breaking it out of their own territory. As we look over at the fourth official to see how much time will be added on, it'll be 2 minutes of added time to the first half. Ball sent over the top. A roller will go right into the arms of Portugais. Patterson getting a foot on it. It's Cousineau turning it over to Patterson, who will work it back. Now sent back even further for Opong, who will give it back to Kaminsky-Roth. Stumbles to ground. Free kick for Team Ontario. Here comes Team Ontario now. Beautiful stuff from them as it's Colangelo. Dancing along the top of the box. Still holding on. We'll pass it back to Cochran. Ball up over to Omize. She heads it on, and Portugais comes out to glove it down. Sent up the pitch by Portugais. Now it's Cochran. Looking to power it forward. Now here comes Quebec. Ball in for Camden. Cleared away by Team Ontario for now, as Quebec still looking for one last gasp of the first half. Well done by Chartier to win the ball back. But a backspin on that one is Patterson going to send that way down the field. And that'll do it for our first half of play. Final score after one is 1 for Team Ontario, none for Team Quebec. Still one full half left to play. This is going to be a dandy second half of football.
Yeah, shots 7-3 in favor of Ontario, 6-3 shots on goal for Ontario, and of course one of them going in, the 8th minute goal going to Omize. One yellow card dished out in that first half. That going to Berthe of Team Quebec. So let's see what happens as we go toward the second half. It's Ontario 1, Quebec no score, 40 minutes gone, 40 minutes left to play in the gold medal game in women's soccer at the 2025 Canada Games.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh,
Hey.
the diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
St. John's unique is like calling a humpback a goldfish. It's wildly different here.
Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Canadian AV, proud supporter of the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat. Carbs to help fuel your working muscles. And fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh,
Hey.
the diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
BMO.
I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. No, never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
This is my grandfather's flag from 1969. I've been pretty interested in coming to the games since I've seen everyone else in my family do it. No, it's really exciting to continue this legacy.
My brother and I both grew up in a house that always had the games. Mom and Dad were on mission staff, always talked about the pride of PI. Now to see the kids both wear green, it's just special.
Thank you.
So Bill McKinnon of Charlottetown, PEI, won the 100-meter dash in the Canada Games.
For millions of Canadians, too much screen time is a big issue. But for millions of others, zero screen time is an even bigger one. We're committed to growing digital inclusion.
It takes a village to raise an athlete. For more than 120 years, Marine Atlantic has connected our sports communities with the people, places, and games they love.
Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
A strong performer
uses power wisely. The Toyota BZ4X is the official electric vehicle of the 2025 Canada Games. See our full electrified lineup at shoptoyota.ca.
Legends aren't born. They're built. Icons don't become icons overnight. What you hear about is the achievement. What you see is the result. But greatness is built on wellness. So here's to heroes unsung, efforts unseen, and distant dreams humbly attained.
In the quiet of the morning calm, where the sun rises at the dawn, and the birds sing their waking song, there's a story to be told. So if you hear a teller telling you a tangled tale, or maybe two, rest assured, every word is true, especially the bits they make up.
Precision, vision, and strategy. The skills that make a great golfer are the same ones that make a great law firm. McInnes Cooper, an official sponsor of the 2025 Canada Games. Meet us on the course. Come celebrate our sponsorship on August 22nd.
Atlantic Lottery is proud to sponsor important community initiatives like this year's Canada Games.
Be seen, be heard, be remembered. Canadian AV, proud supporter of the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
For generations, we've been nurturing the communities where we live and work. Providing space to grow and preserving the environment that surrounds us. Because we understand that when we invest in communities, we invest in the future. Crosby, committed to community.
Leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time. I'ma leave it all on the line. Better believe I'll get mine. Now or never, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time.
A
A full life means something different to everyone. However you define a full life, we're here, paving the way for better access to care and empowering you every step of the way.
Hello.
Hi, remember me? We bought your old house.
Yes.
We brought some mail.
Oh.
Hey.
The diaper subscription. I forgot to cancel it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet the memories are coming back now. The BMO app helps you keep an eye on where your money's going.
Like how?
Well, for one, it would have told you this subscription price had gone up multiple times.
It's a lot of diapers.
Well, extra's good. So where's the baby?
Oh, he's right here. This is the baby.
And that ain't no baby.
BMO.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back again for the final half of soccer at the 2025 Canada Summer Games.
Just looking over my shoulder right now to see if there's going to be any changes to the lineups, and I believe there is. Is Ontario switching goalkeepers? We've seen a lot of teams do this, switching the goalkeepers back and forth each half throughout every game of the competition, even minutes.
So it looks like we have a goalkeeper change. That's what it looked like, at least. We saw it.
Yeah, Ontario's switching their keeper.
Okay. I'm not seeing stuff, folks.
So Boucher is coming in for Pagnotta. And there's more changes coming as well for Team Quebec. They're going to send in number 7, Julien Bélanger.
So second half about to get underway. Both teams just looking to leave everything they got out there.
And I think Paige Roofer is on for Team Ontario as well, Seth. Have a look for number 15.
Yeah, you're right. Roofer coming on for Team Ontario. Cortez Brown being subbed off. Quebec getting started fast here. A collision that'll stay in play and eventually cleared away by Team Ontario. 5 of the last 6 Canada Games soccer gold medal games, both male and female, have been Ontario and Quebec. Both provinces sweeping 2017 and 2022. Obviously, Quebec making the men's final in 2025. And of course, both teams going back at it for a 3rd straight year. A bit like a Warriors-Cavaliers rivalry here between both of these provinces. It goes to show they have some great programs. Here's Cochran. Passing it over to Patterson. Patterson will slide it through. Can't find a taker, as this will roll out for a goal kick for Team Quebec. Ontario will regain possession. Cochran looking to slide it through. Put up in the air. Collected by Bélanger. It's Quebec getting the ball moving to that outside. Harvey going after it hard here. So Meliane Berth coming out. Julien Bélanger was subbed in at halftime for Team Quebec. Tipped forward by Quebec. Ontario will get possession. Kaminsky-Roth. Through the crowd, finding a taker. It's Omize. Just too much gravy on that poutine as that'll roll out of play for a goal kick.
Now, so just to recap, we have the goaltender change for Ontario. Madeleine Boucher coming in for Sophia Pagnotta. We have Fiona Cortez-Brown out, Paige Rufer in. That's 15 for 4. And on the Quebec side, Julianne Bélanger, number 7, coming in for Méliane Berthe. So Quebec getting the player with the yellow card against them off the pitch here for the second half.
And the sun is shining in this rainy city for the second half of this final. Maybe a sign of good things to come from Mother Nature. As Quebec looking for anything here in this second half. Team Ontario moving forward. What a great sliding challenge by Kylie Mitchell. Now a chance here for Team Quebec. It's Harvey playing it in, and it'll be kicked away by Paige Rufer, and it'll head out for a corner kick.
Well, despite the Canada Summer Games coming to a close, we'd still like to have a tiny bit more summer here in Newfoundland and Labrador, so hopefully the sun does come out and the weather treats us all right. I believe this is the first corner of the match for either team. We had some dangerous free kicks back in the first half. But this the first one delivered from the corner for Team Quebec.
Making its way into the box. Looking to find a taker as it makes its way out. Put on net, Boucher making the save. Here's Rose Caron. She'll kick it as it'll roll out of play. Ontario with the throw-in. It's Patterson who's going to take it. Sends it in, cleared away, and now it'll be Quebec's turn.
And maybe I'm mishearing, Seth, but I swear I just heard Ontario chant, "Let's go Devon," which was something we picked up on the second day of competition back in week number 1 at Rugby Sevens. There was a Devon for Ontario who was extremely good, and it just seems like the chant just works. And Ontario's just brought it along regardless of who's on the pitch.
I think it might have been "Let's go Team O."
Okay, that would make more sense. Maybe Devon was just very, very popular guy.
Well, he was very popular at Rugby Sevens. Even when the women's team was playing for Team Ontario, the "Let's go Devon" chants were still going out. So I can see how you did mishear that, because we heard that chant a lot. Here's Ontario. Oh, beautiful stuff, but foul coming up and some wonderful sportsmanship here.
Substitution.
So Sabrina Mora coming into the game. Annalisa Colangelo coming out.
And I mentioned back in the first half that Ontario went through a lot of squad rotation coming into this thing. 6 players that started the semifinal starting today on the bench. So Ontario with a deep bench, everybody getting to go, and those changes coming in now to keep fresh legs on the pitch. Keep the intensity up for the team in red.
Here's Kaminsky-Roth. Losing the ball is Team Quebec. Bringing up the other way. Takes a pair of deflections as it'll go out for an Ontario throw. Sent high in the air. Bouncer will go along that line, but it's going to be kept in here by Team Ontario as Patterson goes to ground. Cochran move it all the way back. Looking to slip it through the crowd, but Quebec not giving Ontario anything so far in this second half. They are going to give them a foul and a free kick.
Now the foul going against Mora for Team Ontario. Just blocking things up as Quebec tries to come forward, leaving the body, leaving that leg in the way. And that's enough impediment, according to the official.
Another one slipping through to Camden. Quebec looking for something. They have a bit of space. What can they do? Boucher making the stop. But a good chance for Team Quebec, showing some life here.
Yeah, anytime you can get it into a dangerous area, that's good stuff.
Beautiful ball all the way down the field. It'll be collected by Portugais and Chartier. Passing it up. Losing it for Kaminsky-Roth. She sends that way back to Boucher, who will touch it over to Iris Opong. Opong collecting once again. Passing it up to Omize, who will lay it off to Cardoso. And now that'll be slipped through to Patterson. Patterson flying down that wing, and she just can't keep it in. It will be a goal kick for Team Quebec.
That doesn't go her way this time around, but Patterson, all kinds of energy, all kinds of pressure for Team Ontario here early on in the second half. You love the effort.
Portugais puts the ball in the air, and it'll stay in the air. Finally dropping now for Team Quebec. Tremblay taking a high boot. I think we might see a card shown here.
So yeah, I would be surprised if there wasn't, but Patterson seems to be walking away.
Oh.
She's at very least going to get a talking to, and survives with just the warning.
One of my coaches used to always say in hockey, it still relates to soccer, the puck will always come down. There's no way it can stay in the air, so let the puck fall down so you don't get a high sticking call. Same for soccer, the ball will always come down, so don't get that boot up too high. Luckily, nothing comes of it for Team Ontario, and Patterson escaping with a warning. Obviously no malicious intent involved. As beautiful shadow there, a collision, as Portugais will come out to cover it up. Nicely done to shadow the ball right into Portugais' gloves. Almost forgot the term, and I am a goalkeeper.
Yeah, just a good job to protect the ball, make sure the goaltender could get to that one.
Roofer. Is that up to Cusino? Now it's Cardoso to the outside. Sent up to Omize. Didier passes it back. Put high in the air. Comes down for Tremblay. Cleared away by Team Quebec into a backyard. And a throw-in coming up for Team Ontario.
Ontario going to make a change as well. Just waiting to see if that'll come in now, as are the folks in the backyard. They've been out there 2 weeks here taking in soccer at the Canada Games. Literally the best seats in the house.
Maya Russell coming into the game. Vanessa Kaminsky-Roth checking out.
Kaminsky-Roth's had a good game for Ontario. She had that highlight sliding block back in the first half.
Team Quebec moving down the side. It's Harvey looking for an option in the box. She attempted to send it in. It's going to be a throw-in right beside the corner flag.
Yeah, sure, Quebec a little bit frustrated they didn't get the corner here. But in about as deep as you can go for the throw. Offside flag up.
So back into play as Team Ontario gets the ball going. Sent to the other side for Patterson, who couldn't collect the ball. Here's Mora to Cochran. Now Omize. Cardoso has an option. Will be collected by Sydney Taylor. Now to Cardoso. Cardoso puts that in. Going to be sent away by Quebec. And out for a throw-in. A pop up in the air. Out for an Ontario corner kick. Here's Patterson from the outside, redirected just wide. Roofer got a boot on it, and it was just steered wide of the right post.
And a second look at that one as Ontario just not able to finish at that post. Close call. Quebec still finds themselves down just one here in this gold medal final.
Omize looked to intercept that ball as that's cleared by Quebec. Oh, lovely flick through. Ontario moving on in. There's a shot. Oh, just wide of the net. What a chance by Iris Opong. What a build-up by Team Ontario, almost putting the cherry on top of some wonderful passing.
Yeah, that one was even better than the last chance for Team Ontario. Opong has a head up, looks onto it, fires, and just across the face of goal. Out the other side, Quebec survives again.
So Danica Medley checking into the game. Relay Nemhard coming out for Team Ontario. As the clock continues to tick. Not in Quebec's favor. Here comes Team Ontario. Taylor swings it wide. Sent down. This is going to be a roller. That'll roll out of play for a Quebec goal kick.
Now Ontario had some threatening looks here in the last couple of minutes, but unable to get them on goal. Quebec still down just one. Of course, in this gold medal final, if we ended up tied at the end of 80 minutes, we would have extra time. We would play two 15-minute halves, and those are not golden goal rules. It's not sudden death. We would play the full 30 minutes, and if the game is still tied after that, then we would go to penalties. Every other game we've seen along the way, other than when we had the men's soccer final, has of course gone 80 minutes, tied, and straight to penalty kicks.
Well, Quebec will get a free kick. As they look to play it down the wing again, Ontario just won't let them have anything. Here's Cochran. Puts it out wide. Sydney Taylor. Moving down, hauled down. Brilliant challenge by Rose Caron as Quebec will win the ball back. They'll send it right along the line. Cochran. Quebec still battling hard to win this ball back. As a big challenge, and it looks like this will go Ontario's way. Quebec making 2 subs here. Lydia Terrani coming into the game, and Alexia Adima.
Rose Caron out as well for Quebec, handed off that captain's armband.
Sent into the box. It'll be nearly on target as it'll head up into the bleachers. 21 minutes left to play. Quebec needs something soon.
So they only need 1 to get this thing to extra time.
This will be intercepted by Team Ontario. Getting into the box. There's a hit, and what a save! Juliette Portugais hung him to dry like a flake of salt fish. What a stop to get her palm up and put that out of play.
Quebec still needs 1 to tie thanks to an excellent save here. Ontario fights in. Omize with the shot and got the big mitt on it. Driving that one up and over the bar.
There's one right in off the corner kick. Roofer's right there. Oh my goodness. How did Quebec get away with that? A couple of huge chances inside the box on the goal line.
I'm not entirely sure. They'll set up for another corner kick as we get a second look here. 1 touch from the keeper, bounces off of Roofer, and then a block. And the arms just end up on the head. How did that not work?
Ontario have it on the wing. Quebec will step up and clear that out. Pass back. Worked wide. Ontario keeping it in somehow on that far side was Danica Medley. Sending it in for Mora. Now it's Sydney Taylor. Back for Medley. Medley looked to twist and turn away. The battle of the number 7s there, as Medley will win the throw-in for Team Ontario. Here's Cochran. Passes off. Oh, what a lovely turn. As Cardoso will run it right out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for Team Quebec.
Still plenty of time to go in this game, but we're seeing an awful lot of the play happening down at that end of the field. Ontario with the 1-0 lead and pinning Quebec in their own end for long periods here.
Quebec going to kick it out for a throw-in for Team Ontario. This 63rd minute of play. This one heading out for an Ontario corner. Ontario have just had Quebec pinned in their own end.
Fourth corner for Ontario. Quebec has had one back at the very start of the second half. As the wind begins to pick up.
Sent right into the box. Oh, they almost found Rufer at the back post again. Got her foot up and almost directed that in.
Paige Rufer, Ontario's leading scorer in this competition with 3 goals. And with 2, if not 3, really good chances already in this second half since coming on to increase her tally.
Quebec getting the ball moving once again. Brought down by Patterson, who gives it to Omize. Omize hits on goal and a save by Portugais. Here's Taylor. Leaving it for Medley. Sent ahead for Mitchell. Quebec attempting to clear. What a great catch. Brandon Frith catching that one over there on the bench. That was unbelievable.
Got to be quick. Ontario still continuing to press here in the second half. Omize with the only goal of the game. She's had 3 or 4 more shots since, as Quebec makes another substitution. That will be Lani coming into the match. I believe for Harvey. Sorry, 3, not 13. Chartier coming out for Team Quebec.
So we're down to our final 15 minutes plus stoppages of this first half. As this gets out, Quebec slowly making their way down the field. They'll be picked up by Medley. Quebec losing the ball in a dangerous area as this is slipped through. Patterson looking to grab it. Now it'll come out for Taylor. Taylor finding the space, will gear up and shoot. Portugais scoops it up, and it's back in Quebec hands. So free kick coming up for Team Ontario. Danica Medley's going to leave it for Iris Opong, or so it seemed. Ontario looking like they're going to elect to swing it in and see what they can do here. Right into the box, deflected, and once again, Rufer was almost there. Rufer has been so nearly there on multiple occasions tonight, or this afternoon.
Rufer, not a small player by any stretch of the imagination. You know, someone that you shouldn't be able to lose track of, but the good players find ways to make themselves elusive, find space in the box.
Sent down the wing for Camden. Camden whips it in, knocked away by Boucher. Quebec will regain possession. Looking to put one on goal, and it goes just wide. What an opportunity for Team Quebec, their biggest one of the second half so far.
Yeah, that was a good one as the Initial cross comes in, goaltender comes out for the punch, ends up colliding with her own defender. Patterson stayed down as the play continued, and the shot just wide of the net. Net result is a goal kick here for Boucher.
Move to the outside for Roofer. Roofer slips it down, popped up in the air by Team Ontario. As they make their way down the field, heading it through. And now Quebec will put it right back up in the air. Feels more so like a baseball game with all these pop-ups both teams are doing. 12 minutes left to go here in this second half. Quebec wanted a handball call there.
Quebec's looked for a couple of handballs that haven't been given just in the last couple of minutes.
They might not need it as Harvey is in, and a great save by Boucher. Quebec starting to get some energy and starting to get some life as the clock starts to tick down. Ball goes right into the box for Team Quebec, and it's back in their possession. Quebec looking to play it over the top. Ball off the face of Maya Russell. Now it's Sydney Taylor looking to slip it through, but it'll go all the way. Portugais will pick it up. Right now, the goal in the 8th minute by Omise is the difference maker in this gold medal matchup. Just the second goal in 4 games of the knockout round on the women's side of the 2025 Canada Summer Games. But Quebec looking to change that here. As Tremblay slipping it back through, and Ontario will clear that and avoid another dangerous looking attack from Team Quebec.
Now this is what happens when you get down to this part of the tournament. Back on the men's side in soccer last week, when we were getting to this point, there were not a lot of goals in those games either. Quebec advancing through the semifinal on a 1-0 victory and then won it on penalties in what I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Seth, was a 0-0 game that went all the way to the penalty kicks for the gold medal.
Yes, it was 0-0 the whole way through. Was the battle of the goalkeepers. As here's Team Quebec now. Boucher flying out to get it. Quebec wants a penalty kick right there. They aren't going to get it. And Quebec will win the ball back. Camden looking to find some room. Quebec pushing hard, but Ontario will clear it. They'll get the foul call and a free kick.
So no, that wasn't the Ontario keeper taking out the Quebec attacker. The Quebec attacker was leapfrogging the keeper so that she didn't crash into as the keeper came out to play the ball. And second thought, she gets a little bit of the feet, but still, I think no call's the correct call.
So referee saying play on as Opong is tying up her shoelaces. Ontario coach Tracy Valancourt wasn't too happy about that.
Shoelaces untied? That sounds like a you problem, not a me problem, says the referee.
And a substitute coming in for Team Ontario. Capola Tapping checking into the game. Taking off Danica Medley.
So a sub replaces a sub.
Sent high into the box. Could be troublesome for Team Ontario. This is the most offensive zone possession that Team Quebec has had so far. And this will go right into Boucher.
Quebec has really been on the front foot for about the past 5 minutes. And that's where they need to be. Down 1, we're in the 73rd minute. So time is working against Team Quebec.
So Ontario with a throw-in now in Quebec territory. Omise passes it through, flags up.
Even that wind is kind of working against Team Quebec right now.
Quebec unable to keep it in. Ontario will get the throw-in. 7 minutes left to play. Foul against Team Quebec. Ontario with a nice looking free kick. They're going to play it quickly, looking to catch Quebec napping here. Sent in by Capola tapping, but it'll go right up through the middle. And Quebec will get possession once again. Ooh, a heavy hit there by Team Quebec as they get moving. Ball over the top, knocked away. Here comes Team Ontario. Sydney Taylor to Omise for her second. Oh, off the side of the net. It looked like it went in at first. Ontario almost putting this game to bed. Substitute coming in for Team Quebec. Angelica Rossi coming in for Kayla Camden. Angelica Rossi listed as an 07 on our roster sheet, so an overager for this. Let's see if she can make an impact for Team Quebec.
And with Poku suspended, that is all the substitutes for Quebec other than the goaltender. The only one still on the bench that has not subbed in.
Here's Cochran at center. Slips the ball through. Ontario might be in, but a great play by Portugais to come out bravely and boldly to clear that away. The game's starting to get physical here. Referee shaking her head, saying play on. Settle this yourselves, girls, as this will fly out of play.
This thing started to get physical about an hour ago. It's just ramping up as we get down to it. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining for Team Quebec.
Omise drops it back, sent into the box. Portugais going to come out and pick it up. And it looks like Portugais is down in some discomfort here behind the play. So we hope that she will be okay.
Well, certainly if you're in this position for Team Quebec, you're inside 4 minutes left in regular time, down 1. Nobody's down on the pitch trying to kill clock right now. If there's a player in blue that's down, it's because they are truly in a bit of discomfort. So the trainer's out to have a look. Everybody else can head back to the bench, get a drink, and get some instructions on what needs to be done. A goal for Team Quebec would send this thing to 2 15-minute halves of extra time. A goal for Team Ontario would put it out of reach, and of course, nothing happening is still good enough for Team Ontario to claim that gold medal.
So now we're going to have quite a bit of stoppage time here
Oof. Portuguese just landed. That was nasty landing as she delivered the goal kick.
So Naomi Fauché, the backup goalkeeper for Team Quebec, but Quebec have used 5 substitutes. So I don't know how this is going to work for them.
I'm pretty sure they get 6. Because unless I don't know how to count, Ontario has used 6. So Quebec still should be able to use that substitute and get the other goaltender on. Maybe the goaltender's a free sub in this tournament or something. Either way, that was a really rough landing off of the goal kick for Portuguese. And the crowd applauded when she was getting back up, but has gone back down to the turf.
And they're going to have to use the stretcher here to get her off.
Yep.
Well, we hope that she will be okay. She had a phenomenal game for Team Quebec.
Yeah, I mean, despite the fact that the one goal up on the board was into her net and not the other one, it's still been a fantastic game for Juliette Portuguese. She has come up with some big, big saves in this contest.
So she is going to be able to hobble off, so they're taking the stretcher back off again, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that's definitely better.
So Quebec are going to be able to sub in a new goalkeeper, Naomi Fauché, coming into the gold medal game.
And she hopes that she won't be too involved in the game, at least for the first couple of minutes, as Quebec needs to get on the attack down to the other end of the pitch. She'll have plenty to do if Quebec can tie this thing up and send it into extra time.
Played up the wing, popped up in the air. Cochran. Moving it up, Quebec looking for something here. They're playing for their keeper.
And with that big injury stoppage, we'll have some time to be added on here.
Here's Tremblay. Down the wing. Harvey pops it up in the air. Boucher boldly coming out to play it. A backspin on the ball. What a save by Boucher. And it'll be nearly kicked out of play. Quebec tried to keep it in. Tremblay losing it. Ontario will clear. And they will get a foul and a yellow coming up against Team Quebec.
Six minutes.
6 minutes of added time for this second half.
A big stop by Boucher.
Popping up in the air, sent down, a bouncer, as Fauché gets her first touch of the game. Here's Cochran, passing it through. Here comes Team Ontario, flag stays down. It's Cardoso. Passes off, that'll stay in play. Dipped into the box, cleared away, but not so fast. Omise getting a boot on it. Goal kick coming up for Team Quebec. And one final sub coming in for Team Ontario. It's Danica Menard checking in for number 11, Chayamaka Omise, who right now has the golden goal for Team Ontario.
Still time for Team Quebec here with the time added on. They've already had one opportunity here in the extra time. Need to manufacture another.
So Ontario just going to try to dribble out the clock here as that's touched out of play. for an Ontario throw-in. Tipped out, now it'll go Quebec's way. Time is Quebec's worst enemy right now. They have to get it down the pitch quickly. Sent down. Lanny. Picking it up at center for Quebec. Now it'll be Terriani. Passing it forward, it'll get out of play. Quebec still staying pretty calm. They're not as frantic when they get the ball as most teams would be in the dying moments of a match, especially of this magnitude. They're keeping their cool. Here's Cochran. Passing it to Tapping. Turned over, here comes Quebec. Slip through, and maybe an opportunity here. It's Harvey sending it through on goal. Boucher gonna stall some time and roll it to the far wing for Patterson. Patterson sending that way down, flags up against Team Ontario. So Quebec getting a much needed break in stoppage time, as now the ball is rolling again. Team Quebec looking for something, for anything here. Now Cochran chops it over the top. Here comes Team Ontario. Fauché coming way out. Ontario might be in, but it's cleared away for a corner. Ontario almost sealed the deal.
A great run for Team Ontario, touching the ball past the defense there to clear it out of the way for Team Quebec. But Ontario killing some more time here as they get ready to send in the corner. They'll probably take it short. Indeed.
So offsides against Team Ontario. Quebec moving it down. Ontario will get another throw-in. Put down the line. Quebec going to let it roll out for a throw-in. The clock really starting to tick. Just 1 minute left of stoppage time. Quebec going to need to get it down the pitch in record time. Clear it out once again. Ontario won't let them leave that corner. Tirani puts it back in. Cochran will head it right back out. If Ontario can do this for 30 more seconds, they're going to be the gold medal winners. Sent back in. Ontario will clear it down. This will be a goal kick. And one last gasp for Team Quebec. Naomi Fauché giving this a mighty boot.
Into the wind.
Here comes Team Ontario. What a great tackle by Cusino. Terani played it down the wing. Kicked out by Team Ontario. Quebec still alive. Here's Harvey racing after the ball. Ontario will clear once again. Can they get it past the half? They're going to clear it down, and will this be enough for the final whistle? Rolling all the way down, Fauché will come out to play it. She just got to send it right back up the pitch. So offsides, the Ontario bench thought that that was going to be the final whistle. They got up and were ready to storm the field. They're pretty close right now. And that's it! Ontario are golden again! For the third straight Canada Summer Games, Ontario have won the gold medal in women's soccer.
Fantastic performance by Team Ontario. They controlled the bulk of the game. They scored early, which helped them control going forward. Never took their foot off the gas. Really had Quebec pinned down at the end of the game. And throw up the O's, ladies. Ontario, top of the heap.
A three-peat for Team O. They're going to keep the gold medal for another 4 years. by the time we get to New Brunswick, that'll be 12 years as champions. Ontario with quite the dynasty. Well, what a game for both teams to decide this gold medal. These two teams beyond deserving to be here. A hard-fought match by Team Quebec. Fought till the very end. Didn't get the result they wanted, but they will get another medal on the medal table for their squad. Everybody out enjoying the game, taking in the beautiful sunshine of St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. There was a free kick early on in the game for Team Quebec. They couldn't get to go. And then there was a foul just outside the box. It was a physical game. It was an action-packed game. There was a beautiful catch by Ontario coach. Ball put over the top, one of Quebec's biggest opportunities right there. Boucher with a great save. And there was the golden goal by Omise in the 8th minute of the match, which was the difference for Team Ontario. Well, folks, we'll be back for the medal ceremony shortly. Seth Hyde and Matt Little honored to be on the call for not only soccer, but the Canada Games. Folks, thank you very much for tuning in throughout these 2 weeks. Be sure to be kind to one another, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Medal ceremony coming up shortly.
It starts with a spark and becomes a guiding light. Teamwork, friendship, getting social. When the games are gone, the games go on. Orange Store, fuel the spirit.
Legends aren't born. They're built. Icons don't become icons overnight. What you hear about is the achievement. What you see is the result. But greatness is built on wellness. So here's to heroes unsung, efforts unseen, and distant dreams humbly attained.
It takes a village to raise an athlete. For more than 120 years, Marine Atlantic has connected our sports communities with the people, places, and games they love.
Matt, you go ahead. You have the honors for this one.
You'd think we knew what we were doing by now. A look back at Ontario's gold medal winning performance as the teams step onto the field to receive the medals here in women's soccer at the 2025 Canada Games. Ontario, Quebec, and Nova Scotia are medalists in women's soccer.
Yeah, what a great tournament from all these teams. So well matched. I mean, the top 8 squads, any one of them could have been in these medal games. So it just goes to show how even this whole tournament was. Obviously, some players taking some bumps and bruises for their province.
Yeah, that's our goaltender.
Portuguese.
Yeah, Portuguese had to leave the game for Team Quebec late in that gold medal match. Played a fantastic game. Didn't get the result she was looking for, but you're absolutely right, Seth, when you talk about it, that there wasn't a lot between these teams. Of course, Alberta not here. They finished 4th, losing both their semifinal and the bronze medal match on penalties. And then Nova Scotia needed penalties to get here. Quebec needed penalties to get here. Definitely other teams, other provinces could have been up on the podium as well. But these are our finishers. Ontario with the 1-0 win here in the gold medal game. Nova Scotia shutting down Alberta on penalties in order to claim bronze. The Volunteers will just move everybody into the right place. Shuffle down, Team Nova Scotia.
You know, you just know that all these teams, whether it's silver, gold, or bronze, they're eager to get their hands on their medals, and as well as the pins. You get a pin alongside it.
That's one of the saddest parts about this Canada Games coming to an end today is there's no more pin trading. I'm still hoping to pick up a couple more.
Can't believe that this is the final day. This week has completely flown by.
Now, it's been wonderful. 2 full weeks of competition here in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. After this, in the closing ceremonies tonight, Quebec City, it is yours, as the next edition of the Canada Games will be the Winter Games 2027 in Quebec City. And then after that, the next time the Summer Games are up, they will be in the Maritimes in New Brunswick, split between St. John and Moncton, the hub city and the port city in New Brunswick.
So from St. John's to St. John.
I remember once upon a time, 20 years ago, when the St. John's Sea Dogs first came into the Quebec Maritimes Junior Hockey League. The St. John's Fog Devils came in the exact same year. And I used to say we did that just to confuse the rest of Canada, put St. John and St. John's in at the same time just to mess with people's brains.
Well, the Honorable Pam Parsons, representing the government of Newfoundland and Labrador, will pass out the bronze medals to our bronze medalists. Team Nova Scotia had themselves quite a Canada Summer Games.
And Nova Scotia punching above their weight here at the Canada Games. Pulling up the medal table here, 59 medals. Not sure if this one is counted in that yet or not, so it might actually be 60. Great performance by Team Nova Scotia, coming away in 5th place. Ontario up on top of the medal standings, 173.
When we went into this game, it was 169, 169. They were both tied.
Yeah, Ontario and Quebec, it's now 173, 171. Ontario and Quebec, of course, there was softball going on as well that they were battling for top spot in. The medals coming right down to the last day. You love to see it. So congratulations to Team Nova Scotia and their bronze medals. A tremendous finish for Team Nova Scotia. It's again in dramatic fashion on penalties over Alberta to get here. And Team Quebec will claim silver.
Well, a gold and a silver for Team Quebec. They had gold on the men's side, silver on the women's side. Great soccer program in that province.
The only province to medal on both sides. So I believe Nova Scotia was 4th in men's, and Ontario ended up 5th place in men's.
And Troy Wiseman, Vice President from BMO.
So Quebec players will be a little bit disappointed, of course, to get the silver, but yeah, Quebec, the only province to come away with a medal in men's and women's soccer. Hats off to La Belle Provence. And here come the gold medals for Team Ontario.
Jeff Bird, conseiller principal en gestion patrimoine de BMO, et Troy Wiseman, vice-président de BMO, présenteront maintenant les médailles d'or.
Our friends from BMO here to help hand out the medals to Team Ontario, taking gold.
So Ontario winning 3 straight gold medals at these Canada Summer Games on the women's side.
That is an impressive feat. You know, 4-year cycles, completely new players coming through. And Ontario, 3 times in a row, on top. That will be the team to beat in 4 years when everybody arrives in New Brunswick for the next edition of the Canada Summer Games. No matter who is on the field. Of course, Ontario, Canada's most populous province. A lot of players to pick from. It's amazing for all of those players just to be able to get through all those tryouts and be on this team. Already an amazing job. And clearly, they got the right people together.
Well, what a beautiful, beautiful summer evening here to end off these 2025 Canada Games. Closing ceremonies at 7 o'clock local time, which would be 5:30 in most parts of Ontario and Quebec. And that would be 6:30 in Nova Scotia.
You can stream that, of course, just the way you've streamed every other sport that's gone on here for the past 2 weeks. Everybody in tight for the photo now. Your bronze medalist, Team Nova Scotia. Your silver medalist, Team Quebec. And your gold medalists in women's soccer, Team Ontario. As everyone will stand for "Oh Canada." Sing it loud and proud, ladies. You're the champions here in women's soccer.
Well, they definitely sang it loud and proud, Matt.
Did they ever? What a performance.
Well, a bittersweet moment. The final time here at King George V Field. Matt, this has been an absolute pleasure. What a great team that we have been. So thankful that I was paired up with you, and so thankful that I was given the opportunity to do these Canada Games in my hometown. A huge shout out to Ed Milliken and Scott McLean for giving us the opportunity to do this, as well as a wonderful job by the Canada Games Committee putting off, I'm going to go ahead and say it, the best games ever.
It's been so wonderful. The entire crew at Universal Media, everybody's just been wonderful. They've been wonderful to us, bringing you all of these amazing shots for the past 2 weeks as we've taken in the games. The players, the parents, the pigeons even, everybody having so much fun. Soccer was incredible. Finishing with the women's competition. And the gold medal goal from Omize for Team Ontario. The penalty shootout earlier, Nova Scotia over Alberta. What a day we have had. And Seth, yes, it has been an absolute pleasure to be alongside you the whole time. This has been wonderful. Thank you so much for being a part of this with me. Thank you so much for tuning into these games. We'll let Ontario sing us out. Until next time, Seth Hyde, Matt Little from the 2025 Canada Games, and we'll see you in a couple of years in Quebec City.